go. We are in Geometry 1.3. We're being introduced to midpoints. A midpoint is just the middle of a segment. So if I have some segment, say A and B, whatever point is in the exact, and we'll draw that segment. When I have segment A, B, whatever point is in the exact middle of that is known as the midpoint. And a midpoint breaks a segment into two congruent segments. Right? Now, on a number line, the midpoint is simply the average of two values. So this average is, remember when we have an average, we are adding the two values and dividing by 2. So we are taking our two coordinates, we're adding them together to find an average between two values and dividing by 2. Our new enhanced version of this formula, if you'd write this in, is that our midpoint, I'm sorry, don't put the M. Our x-coordinate of a midpoint is equal to the x-coordinate of our A point, our first point, plus the x-coordinate of our second point, divided by 2. We're just going to take the two values, divide by 2. It's that simple for 1 point midpoints. Okay, so we're going to do one example. This is from your textbook, page 26. Jacinta is hanging a picture 15 inches from the left side of the wall. Now, I don't feel like this image does a great job explaining that's the left edge of the picture is at 15 inches from the wall. And she wants the right edge. When she does that, the right edge hangs at 37.5 inches from the wall. So that's my point A and my point B. And she wants to mark the location for the nail. When we hang a photo with a nail, where do we want the nail to be?
In the middle.
In the middle. All right, so that is going to be our midpoint, our x sub m, or our midpoint. Because we're finding a midpoint all on one axis, we only have an x-coordinate for each, this description is going to be midpoint on a number line. This is a simplified version of what you'll do in tonight's video. Okay. Our equation, the x-coordinate of that midpoint, m, is equal to the x-coordinate of our A point plus the x-coordinate of our B point divided by 2. It's just the average of the two values. So let's label things. I don't know my midpoint. I want to find it. What is the x-coordinate of my A point up here? 15. So x sub A equals 15. And what is the x-coordinate of my B point? 37.5. Okay, so I combine this with my previous step. My x-coordinate of my midpoint is equal to my 15, x-coordinate of A point, plus 37.5. That's the x-coordinate of my B point, divided by 2. You need to add these together first. If you're using a cheap calculator, make sure you hit the equals between each step. So 15 plus 37.5 equals, then divide by 2. If you divide by 2 before hitting equal, you will get the wrong number. Okay, so the x-coordinate of my midpoint is 26.25. Do I have a unit? Yes, what is it?
Inches.
Inches. My label, my units, my answer. Is that reasonable? Well, a midpoint should be somewhere between my two endpoints. Would 26.25 fit reasonably between 15 and 37.5? Okay, so that's a reasonable answer. That's all that problem type is. Okay,